is Anna Catherine Peel, and I am a third grade teacher in the Gulfport School District at Pass Road Elementary School. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about Standard 3.OA.3, which is the one-step word problems with multiplication and division. Let's get started. The first thing we need to know is that when we're looking at a word problem, we have a lot of keywords we'll be searching for. Now, on the next slide, you'll see that I'll get you to box every keyword. But for now, I want to tell you about some of those. This anchor chart for teachers will be available in a Drive file. Now, in addition, you'll see words like add, total, find the sum, maybe all together. You might even see the word plus in your word problem. How much or how many are going to be your keywords you'll see most of the time as well. Whereas in subtraction, you'll see how many more or how much more, as well as the difference. You might have a character in your word problems that's selling something, so he's getting rid of it, or even eating it, or taking it away, or charging someone, and a problem maybe about money. So those are some keywords you'll see for addition and subtraction. Now, multiplication, the way I like to tell my students is, if you see the word each in the problem, the word each is going to automatically tell you that it's going to be a multiplication or division problem. You're not going to have the word each in a addition or subtraction problem because you're not talking about equal groups. Now, when you see double, triple, times, groups of, equal groups, each, every, or in all, there's a good chance it's going to be multiplication. Division, you might be cutting something up into equal groups, how much in each group, they're separated. What I like to tell my students is, if you know the total, then it's going to be division. If you don't know the total and you're trying to find the total, it's going to be a multiplication problem. So what I like to think is find the word each. That's going to tell you it's multiplication or division. If you know the total and you see the word each, it's going to be a division problem. If you don't know the total and you're trying to find the total and you see the word each, it's going to be a multiplication problem. So this anchor chart will be posted in the classroom. It will be posted on the Google Drive if teachers would like to access it. The steps for finding, working through a word problem, it's going to be the same when you get to two-step word problems. First, you need to underline the numbers that you're working with. That's going to be if you have 2 dogs and they each get 4 bones, how many bones do you have in all? Well, that number 2 and the number 4, you're going to need to underline those so we can quickly see the numbers we're working with when we're trying to break apart our problems. Then you're going to need to box the keywords. Those are the ones we just looked at. Those are words like each, how many more, the sum, keywords that'll tell us what kind of problem we're going to be working, a multiplication problem, a division, addition, or subtraction. Last but not least, I need you to circle what the problem's asking you to do. If it's asking you to find how many dog bones you have in all, I need you to circle it. We want to make sure that we know what the problem's asking us so we don't get the wrong answer. You're going to need to follow these steps after reading the problem once. So you're going to the first time you see it, you're going to read through the problem. Then you're going to mark up the problem by underlining the numbers you're working with, boxing the keywords, circling what the problem's asking you to do. After you have read it twice, you're going to read it one more time with all of your clues, and that way you can fully understand what the problem is asking you to do, and we're setting ourselves up for success. Let's do a couple of practice problems. First, we're just going to read it. A laundromat washed 8 loads of towels with 7 towels in each load. How many towels did they wash? Well, now it's our second turn to read. We're going to need to underline our numbers we're working with. We're working with the number 8 and 7. Did you see any keywords? Let's read it one more time and see if we can find some keywords. A laundromat washed 8 loads of towels with 7 towels in each load. We're going to box that word each because it's going to let us know that we're doing a multiplication problem or a division problem. The last thing we need to do is circle what the problem is asking of us. We're trying to find how many towels did the laundromat wash in all or total. So a laundromat washed 8 loads of towels with 7 towels in each load. How many towels did they wash total? we saw the word each, so we know it's going to be a multiplication or division problem. But do we know our total? No. It even asks us, how many towels did they wash total? We don't know our total, so we know it's going to be a multiplication problem, which means that we're going to say they washed 8 loads with 7 in each load. 8 times 7 is 56. You got it. Alrighty. Let's practice again. Lana was making necklaces for her friends. She had 4 friends who wanted a necklace, and each necklace took 4 beads. How many beads would she need total? Well, let's read it for the second time and mark up our problem. Lana was making necklaces for her friends. There's not any important statements in there that we would need to mark up. She had 4 friends who wanted a necklace, and each necklace took 4 beads. How many beads would she need total? So, let's read it one more time and dive into these keywords. Lana was making necklaces for her friends. We know she had 4 friends who wanted a necklace, and each, that's telling us it's going to be a multiplication or division problem. Each necklace took 4 beads. So we're using the number 4 twice. It's asking us to find how many beads she would need total. So since we do not know our total, this is going to be a multiplication problem. If we knew the total, it'd be division. But since we saw the word each and we don't know the total, it's going to be multiplication. So we have 4 friends with 4 beads each, and we know that 4 times 4 equals 16. We have our third problem, and it's an airplane compartment. And the airplane compartment can hold 7 pieces of luggage. If the plane held 70 pieces of luggage in all, how many compartments were on the plane? So that's our first read. Now we're going to go in and read it for the second time, and we're going to mark up our problem. We're going to mark up our word problem. So we have an airplane compartment can hold 7 pieces of luggage. If the plane held 70 pieces of luggage in all, that's going to help us. It's holding it in all. How many compartments were on the plane? So that's what it's asking us. So we'll read it one more time. An airplane compartment can hold 7 pieces of luggage. If the plane held 70 pieces of luggage in all, how many compartments were on the plane? So we know our total, and we know that each compartment can hold 7 pieces of luggage. So we have our total divided by the amount of luggage held in each compartment. So 70 divided by 7 equals, well, if we don't remember our division facts, we can use our fact families to figure out what the answer is going to be. So 7 times what equals 70? Did you say 10? That's correct. 7 times 10 equals 70. So we have 10 compartments. Let's go back and see if we answered the question it was asking us. How many compartments were on the plane? 10. That would be correct. 10 compartments. Alrighty, let's look at our last problem. A beluga whale. A beluga whale swam 35 miles in 5 hours. How many miles did the beluga whale travel per an hour? Let's mark up our problem now. This is the second time we're reading it. A beluga whale swam 35 miles, underline the number we're working with, in 5 hours. There's our second number. How many miles did the beluga whale travel per an hour? So since we know we're doing it per an hour, that's going to kind of help us figure out. I'm going to box that. It's traveling 35 miles in 5 hours, but we're trying to figure out how far it would travel in 1 hour. 35 is our total. So if we did 35 divided by the 5 hours it swam, it's going to tell us how many miles it went per an hour. 35 divided by 5 is, what is 35 divided by 5? I know, we can do a fact family. 5 times what equals 35? 5 times 7 equals 35. The beluga whale is traveling 7 miles per an hour. So he can swim 7 miles per an hour. 7 miles per an hour. All right, last but not least, we're going to be looking at our keywords for word problems. Now, we focused on multiplication and division words today. We use words like equal groups and each, and in division, we saw words like per and how many miles per an hour did the beluga whale travel. We definitely worked with our equal groups and the phrase how much in each today as well. There are more keywords. You just have to be prepared to dissect that problem, break it apart, underline the numbers you're working with, circle what the problem is asking you to do, and box all your keywords. Now, it's very, very important that you don't just read your problems once. The first time you just read it, the second time you mark up the text, and the third time you put all your pieces together to make sure you have a full understanding of your story. Thanks for tuning in today.